Four great bodhisattva vows. Sentient beings are numberless. We vow to help them all. Delusions are countless. We vow to see through them all. Opportunities to awaken are infinite. We vow to embrace them all. The Buddha way is endless. We vow to embody it. So we will begin tonight with our standard 15 minutes of seated meditation. We'll chant the Gatha on opening the sutras. This Dharma, incomparably profound and minutely subtle, is rarely encountered even in hundreds of thousands of millions of ages. Now we see it, hear it, hold and maintain it. May we completely realize the true mind of all Buddhas. So, relax, sit comfortably, take your shoes off if you haven't already, grab yourself a cold beverage if you're thirsty. And doll, you're looking mighty comfy there, I gotta say. Cheers. Did you ever go into a guest shop, or a gift shop, I guess, in the southwestern United States, and you walk in and you see this thing, and it's basically a rabbit with antlers? They're called jackalopes in the trade. So hares with horns don't really exist, right? We know this. Rabbits haven't gone down, hippity hopped down the evolutionary trail to the point where they've grown antlers, to bring in the Easter Bunny reference as closely as I can. And do you ever have an argument with somebody inside your head? Like somebody who isn't actually in the same room with you? And I forget whether you win or not in that kind of scenario, but still. And when you took the trip to the Southwest, was the high point of the entire trip, in retrospect, the gift shop with the jackalope in it? Did the B&B really not live up to expectations? Did the hotel room have the same damn picture in every single room that you stay in? And yet, do you make plans to go back on that same vacation every year, time and time again, because you know it can't always be that bad? So Bodhidharma, guy over here, he comes from the West. In fact, there he is. That's the Western Wall, in fact. Kinda close as it gets here. And he brings with him his bowl and his robe and a copy of the Lankavatara Sutra. And his student, after a while, if you know the story, Huiko, also gets a copy of the Lankavatara Sutra from Bodhidharma. And the Lankavatara is, in a lot of ways, like a sutta out of the Pali Canon. And, you know, it's Mahayana in the sense that there's, you know, a question from one of the bhikshus and the Buddha answers. So it maintains that kind of format. But it also is riddled with bullet lists. You know, what are the 7 kinds of this? What are the 7 kinds of that? What are the 7 kinds of the other thing? And there's also the obligatory gatha in there every now and then. But the gist of the Lankavatara people summarize it in a nutshell as mind makes everything. Yeah, it does. But what exactly does that mean? I mean, Huiko had Bodhidharma to explain this stuff to him. And Bodhidharma had said himself that only 1 in a million reaches awakening without the assistance of a teacher. So the Lankavatara, in its sort of arcane way, is definitely something that you could use a hand with. This is one of the gathas from it. Such is the nature of things, the realm of nothing but mind. This is something the foolish don't know, bewildered by false projections. There is no seer or anything seen, no speaker or anything spoken. The appearance of Buddhas and also their teachings are merely what we imagine. Those who view such things as real, they don't see the Buddha, nor do those who imagine nothing, only those who transform their existence. So we've heard a lot in different Mahayana sutras about the relative and the absolute and conventional teachings. And what the Lankavatara goes into is basically that any of these things, be it the absolute, be it the relative, be it the jackalope or the not jackalope, even the word emptiness, are all characterized by shunyata, or emptiness. Every last one of them. The Buddha goes into the notions that we hold, these stories that we tell ourselves, these little paintings that we make inside our heads, where we look in a mirror and we think we see ourselves, but we really don't see ourselves. We just see a reflection of what we perceive to be ourselves. Because if I scratch my nose, it doesn't itch as much anymore. And I can see that image of a finger scratching a nose over in that mirror, or perhaps in the camera, as the case may be. But it's not real. The image in the mirror doesn't create any karma. The image in the mirror certainly has no self-existence of its own. It's a figment. It's the jackalope. It's that great B&B we were going to stay in. It's that, internalized. It's that, come on, I got to do it again. It's got to get better. I'm going to roll that dice. And snake eyes. Assuming that snake eyes is the bad one, right? I'm not a gambler, so either boxcars or snake eyes, whatever it is, you lose. No, I got to do it again. So every time we get hung up on these things that we attach name and form to, we're going to run into problems. We can pontificate about any number of subjects, host and guest meets host. This is empty. No, this is empty. What is empty? And until we put all of that down, we're still putting ourselves in a position where we're giving ourselves hindrances. It's our own fault. As I said in a talk a few weeks ago, the Buddha's instructions were do the work, awaken, see your true nature. Struggle through all of this nonsense that we put ourselves through. It's easy enough to think of the jackalope as not real, right? I mean, like I said, rabbits haven't hippity-hopped into having antlers. And we can kind of wrap our heads around the fact that, yeah, you know, I'm having this argument with somebody who isn't actually in the same room with me, and I'm not convincing them any more now than I ever did when we were actually in the same room, even though, since it's in my head, I probably could actually win this time. And we keep doing it over and over again anyway, regardless of the outcome. And we always think of that outcome as being great. Thinking, 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 and thinking again. We're not creating reality. We're only creating more illusions. And if we can apply the hare with horns example to everything that we come in contact with, what are we left with? Hang Dong? Cheers. So we will go back and have another 15 minutes of seated meditation. We'll chant the Heart Sutra. Mahaprajna Paramita Hridaya Sutra Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, when practicing deeply the Prajna Paramita, perceives that all five skandhas are empty and is saved from all suffering and distress. Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. That which is form is emptiness. That which is emptiness, form. The same is true of feelings, perceptions, impulses, consciousness. Shariputra, all dharmas are marked with emptiness. They do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease. Therefore in emptiness, no form, no feeling, perceptions, impulses, consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no kind, no color, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realm of eyes, and so forth, until no realm of mind consciousness, no ignorance, and also no extinction of it, and so forth, until no old age and death, and also no extinction of them, no suffering, no origination, no stopping, no path, no cognition, also no attainment, with nothing to attain. The Bodhisattva depends on Prajna Paramita, and the mind is no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist. Far apart from every perverted view, one dwells in nirvana. In the three worlds, all Buddhas depend on Prajna Paramita and attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Therefore know that Prajna Paramita is the great transcendent mantra, is the great bright mantra, is the utmost mantra, is the supreme mantra, which is able to relieve all suffering and is true, not false. So proclaim the Prajna Paramita mantra. Proclaim the mantra which says Gate Gate Para Gate Parasamgate Bodhisvaha Gate Gate Para Gate Parasamgate Bodhisvaha Gate Gate Para Gate Parasamgate Bodhisvaha. We'll do our personal dedications of merit. I have a couple of names, and I will leave some space for any of you to include. All sentient beings are one seamless body and are passed quickly by from birth to death. We remember those who cared for us and are gone, those who are ill, those who are at war, who are hungry and who are in pain. May they heal and have peace. We especially dedicate our service to TJ, Mike Gingy Wood, Would anyone like to add anyone in?
Megan.
Laura Haas, Knox.
Any others?
One for my friend Kyle Tortuguita and all forest defenders facing charges right now. Thank you.
All beings in the 10 directions, subject to the greed, hatred, and delusions of themselves and others. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all honored ones, Bodhisattva Mahasattvas, wisdom beyond wisdom, Maha Prajna Paramita. And we'll do our faith in practice vow. I will never retreat and will be firm in my mind in this correct Dharma. I will escape from a samsaric cycle of birth and death and will definitely see my original face. I will be sure to inherit the life of insight of the Buddha and save all sentient beings. Hengdal, would you like to give us the gratitude gatha?
Infinite realms of light and dark convey the Buddha mind. Birds and trees and stars and we ourselves come forth in perfect harmony. We practice and recite this for all beings, in grateful thanks to our many guides along the way.
Life and death are of supreme importance. Time passes swiftly by and opportunities to awaken are easily lost. Strive to realize your true nature and do not squander your time by night or day. I'll extinguish the candles.